Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Here today we're going to be talking about my brand new Springfield Echelon Comp. We're going to be doing a little bit of a makeover to this, and at the end we're going to be field testing this and I'm going to show you guys how it performs. So stay tuned for that. So since the Echelon came out last summer, I've wanted to get my hands on one so bad. They are such an amazing looking gun. Every video I've seen on them, they look phenomenal, and I knew I had to have one. I never bought one because I didn't know they made a state compliant one. I found this bad boy for 750 bucks. It did come with the Vortex Comp Dot and 5 15-round magazines. So very good deal. These MSRP around, I think, $700. This Vortex optic I think is around $250 maybe. So very solid deal. Plus the magazines was an added bonus. With this being the comp version, of course, it does have the compensator up in the front, in the slide, and in the barrel. And it is 4.5-inch barrel length. Very nice grip. It did come with interchangeable back straps and a Picatinny rail up here. Very nice trigger reset on this. The pull isn't too bad. Go ahead and show you guys that now. The weapon system is clear, just so you guys can see. Go ahead and pull that. Get a little reset for you. Listen to that. Very short trigger pull. We are going to be dropping in a new trigger on this, but the stock one is very nice, and I've heard it performs perfectly fine. Very solid trigger. So this weapon system does come equipped with the U-notch iron sights. Great iron sights. I have them on my Springfield Hellcat, and they co-witness absolutely phenomenal with my red dot that I have mounted. The cool thing about this particular model and all Echelons is the variable interface for your red dots. I think that is the coolest feature out of any handgun, is being able to put RMR, Doctor, whatever type of red dot, just with the simple moving of some pins. That is going to be a game changer for a lot of folks. And of course, the last thing I want to talk about is the trigger group. So the one thing that they did with this is they put the serial number on the central operating group, and I think that is so cool because that opens up the market for aftermarket frames. So I would definitely plan to see that in the future, especially on these and the 4.0Cs, being able to put some aftermarket parts. We might see some slides, but the frames being interchangeable, that is pretty freaking sweet. So this is my current carry gun. This is the Springfield Hellcat. A lot of the similarities you can see, of course, is the sight. We do have a big size difference, of course, that being one of them. This is a very short frame, very short slide. It's a perfect compact carry gun, but Springfield just makes some absolutely amazing guns. I did make quite a few modifications to this weapon system, one of them being the Tyrant trigger and back plates. I got the TLR 7X sublight on there. But enough about this, let's get back into this. First upgrade to this, of course, is going to be the O-Light. This is the Balder S. Very simple, very straightforward. It's a flashlight laser combo. I saw these, and the holster company that I go with, I use with the People holsters. Very solid holsters. They don't have a lot of options for the Springfield Echelon as far as with an optics cut and a weapon systems light. So they did have the O-Light, and honestly I don't mind the look of it. Looks pretty nice. It's easy to take off. It's got a little clip over here. You flip it and you can just drop that right off. Simple as that. So that was a pretty cool upgrade that we did, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put all these fancy little parts on this bad boy. So the order finally came in. We have a lot of NDZ Performance parts that we're going to be upgrading on my beautiful Springfield Echelon. So first things being first, make sure the weapon system's clear. We are good. It has been a few days in between me filming the last portion and this portion, so I got quite a few little things here. We got a little mag plate in gold, got a little butt plate in gold as well, ambidextrous magazine release, guide rod, assembly, and a flared mag well. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this one first. So for this little guy, very simple to do. We're gonna take this, we're gonna flip it over. We're just gonna slide this right up over, and this little piece is gonna drop straight in like that and connect the two together. Nice flush edge. And then there's a little pin in the back. We're gonna go ahead and drop this screw that they provided in place. We're going to start off threading it with our fingers first to make sure we have it lined up. We're not going to cross thread it, just like that. And they did provide a nice little Allen key for this as well. We'll go ahead and screw that right down into place. So all of our next items are going to be internal, so we can go ahead and take the Echelon apart. Very simple procedure. Just like that, it comes apart. So we'll go ahead, we'll move on to our magazine release. This is the ambidextrous one. So this installation is fairly simple. All you're gonna need is a punch, and we're just going to drive this out about 3/4 of the way, not all the way. Should not need any type of hammer involved. Push this through. Make sure we have enough clearance here. That was a little bit farther than I intended it to go, but we're gonna go ahead and pull that just a little bit farther out. Get that back in there, hold it in place because there's a spring inside of here that we need to keep our eye on. So that's about 3/4 of the way now. Now if you guys look down in here, there's a little silver piece. I'll turn my light on for you. So you're gonna want to keep your thumb over that because there's a spring under there. What we're gonna pull this out just a little bit farther, it's about right here, and I can lift up on that, and we should be able to drop this out of here now. Pull straight up like so, just like that. Now pay attention how this one was in. You can go ahead and take this one and drop this right into place, just like that. Make sure it gets nice and seated. Then we'll go ahead, deep press on that spring, push this right back through until it's even on both sides, just like that. Nice. So next is our guide rod spring. Go ahead and pull this out, push in, pull up, and that comes straight out the back just like this. Now this is a captured guide rod, so we're gonna need to take this apart to take the spring off, and we'll be able to put our new one in by NDZ. So what we're gonna wanna do for this is we're gonna have to pull this down enough to get these caps to fall off on their own. This is gonna take a little bit of force, but you can do it just like this. There we go. Now don't do what I just did and shoot your spring across the room, but this is very simple to do. It is going to take both hands for you to get this spring back into place. And we're going to take this little cap and we're just going to hand thread it right back into place. It's going to be a little difficult. Whatever you do, don't take your hands off of it. We're just going to screw that right down. Just like that. Just hand tight now. Release up on that, and there we go. There it is. Go ahead and drop this right back into place. Gold end is facing forward. Slide it down right into the barrel shroud, just like that. Now we have a gold stainless steel guide rod. Next up on the list is the NDZ back plate. Very simple installation on this as well. Nice little gold look there. Love that. Need to detent this little tab right here. You guys can see that. Go ahead and push that down. Start backing this out a little bit, just like that. That is under spring tension. There's a little knuckle here. We're gonna detent that as well. This is also under spring tension, so be mindful of that as well. And we're just gonna slide it off just like this. Put our new one back on in the reverse order. This time, going to take this. What we're gonna wanna do here is detent this first. Maybe get this started, and then push on this. Get it started like that. Depress this, just like that. It's as easy as that, guys. There we go. That's a great start in my opinion. Got the gold guide rod up front, magazine release, flared magwell, which actually works very well with the 15-round mags. That is not coming out. Ambidextrous mag release up here works flawlessly. And our final upgrade we're going to be doing this is the Tyrant CNC upgraded trigger. So very solid trigger on this already, but I do want to match the weapon. So we're going to go ahead and install the gold one. All right, so I finally got the opportunity to come out here with the Echelon. We're gonna go ahead and field test this bad boy today and see how it performs. I think this looks absolutely phenomenal. The Tyrant CNC trigger did come in. Look how beautiful that looks. Listen to that trigger pull, just so you know. Weapon is empty, just short action, short trigger pull. Look at that. Show you guys that. Beautiful. Absolutely phenomenal compared to the factory. It does have its perks, shortening the length, giving it a little bit lighter of a pull. It's just so crisp. So we're gonna see how this performs. I got some targets set up down range about 30 yards, so we're gonna go ahead and see how it does. So today we're gonna be shooting some regular Winchester target in practice. This is 115 grain FMJ. So I have 2 mags we're gonna be running today, both 15 rounders. We'll go ahead and get some loaded up, take some shots. All right, so we got 5 loaded up in this mag, got another 3 loaded up in this one. We're gonna go ahead and take some shots at 30 yards on paper. I got the GoPro running down there. Let's see how it does. I got the Vortex Comp dot. This is sighted in, so should get some good groups here. Whoo. Beautiful. This is a very smooth gun. Wow, that's nice. It's not my greatest grouping here, but pretty solid at 30 yards. That is an obnoxiously large dot. I don't know if I'm a fan of it, but I mean, the gun is performing absolutely flawlessly. All right, so after some minor adjustments, I got the optic zeroed in. We're gonna go ahead and take some shots. I got 3 loaded up in one mag, 1 loaded up in the other. Take some nice, clean, consistent shots, see how it does. Turn that up a little bit so I can see it. Beautiful. So first impressions of the Echelon, it is super sleek. It's such a nice feeling gun. I mean, the trigger upgrade was definitely a must. I do like that a lot. It makes it so much more clean of a break. This optic is a little bit too big for me. I don't think I like it. And also, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but the lens is getting quite a bit of buildup on it already. I think maybe I just need to get some sort of lubrication to kind of keep it easier moisture wicking, keep the debris off of it as much. But so far, I mean, the gun feels great. It's super sleek. My muzzle rise is not big at all. I think that comp is definitely doing absolute wonders. So far, I love this gun. All right, so I'm about 20 yards away. We're gonna go ahead and take some shots at some steel, see how it does. Beautiful. So the pros and cons of the Springfield Echelon. They do make the 4.0C, which is going to be a little bit better for concealment. Obviously, this is the comp. It's a full-size gun, but even with me having it in my OWB, I think it's just a little too bulky. If you planned on carrying something like this, this is definitely a good competition gun if you're interested in something like that. But from what I've seen here today, I do love the upgrades that I did to this. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the Vortex Comp dot. I think it's just a little bit too big for me. I don't do any competition shooting, so it doesn't really adhere to my liking, but it also does get quite a bit of buildup. I mean, even from me just doing that little bit of shooting here today, it's got a pretty gnarly film over that. So not the biggest fan. I'll probably end up swapping that out for something probably like the Vortex Defender ST or something, but it's a pretty solid gun. I think the Echelon is just such a sleek look. It feels good. Everything's nice and smooth. The pull, everything. I mean, it just feels natural. It's such a nice weapon. Well guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for the build and review of the Springfield Armory Echelon Comp. I am by no means sponsored by Springfield Armory. I just want to do this weapon system build for you guys and show you how I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. If you like what you saw, consider liking and subscribing. We got some cool stuff coming out all the time. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll catch y'all next time.